has an egg nut shape, right? That little shape, the egg. It has two different textures, two different layers. Now when you put it to dry, you can break off the layers from the outside, use only the nuts from the inside. Eventually you can grind it into a powdery substance. Put a big pot of boiling water, place that nut powder in there, and eventually once it starts boiling, you start releasing an oil. Now once all the water is boiled off, you only remain with the oil itself. So what you do next is you just put like a cloth so to remove the little particles from the oil, just remaining with the oil afterwards. So that's what we call cocoon oil. We can use that for our kitchen to cook. And the leaves themselves can be used to do like roofings. And if you notice here, this is what we would call the cocoon leaf. You split it in half, and then you can do the roofing.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Unfortunately for this one, that's gonna be pretty much the last we're gonna see about it. And the way how this fig tree grows, seed dispersal. So animals, rodents, birds, even human beings eventually start dispersing the seed, and that's how the fig tree tends to grow in different locations, right? Yeah. We can go up, and then afterwards coming down back.
Okay. Gotcha.
What you're gonna be walking on right now, at the naked eye, it looks a lot like a paved road, right? Now to this side here, there's two major entrances. In the ancient days, these roads were called sakbe. Singular, sakbeo is plural. This was a causeway, a limestone road, lead directly into the epicenter of the building. Once we arrive to the center, we're gonna see the remains of that particular road, right?
Okay.
Now you may say, Mayas had roads, to build roads. What about the wheels? They used wheels. They found a figurine up at Cajalpech that had wheels on it. The Mayas knew about the knowledge of the wheel, but did not implement it as what we do today. One could be the contributing fact that the terrain would have been too hard for them to use, and the next factor is they didn't have any beasts of burdens. Right?
Okay.
But they did know about the knowledge of the wheel.
Gotcha.
Now, quick, I like to ask questions.
Okay,
right?
that's fine.
The building that you're seeing there, remember what I said? We have two entrances. We have the sakbe and we have the northeast stairway, right? Which is the original steps for the Mayas. That building, a wild guess, what do you think that was used for?
Probably for people to like go on and watch. I would think if it's one of the entrances.
Yeah.
Go to visit your president right now. What's the first thing you encounter?
Security. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now this particular building here was believed to be a control point for this particular site. The people who resided there were elite military personnel.
Okay.
A family of Mayan consisted of about 5 to 8 persons in a household. Right?
Okay.
Now, once we're going up there, you're gonna see there's gonna be some benches that look like throne-like. Archaeologists believe at some point this was used like a throne for the king to go ahead and exhibit his power, has his presence, exhibiting power, right?
Yeah.
To the people that come in. That's because they thought these benches look like thrones. But discoveries at Cajalpech Mayan site, just a site really close from here, they found these benches and realized it was just like a sort of style of bench.
Oh, okay.
Not necessarily a
Not necessarily a throne, right?
Okay.
So they established a special control point to manage who goes in to the site itself. Yeah, I can come this way. My bag this way. Now guys, when it comes to the Mayan homes, the Mayan homes, they had like different architecture, right? When we go up to the top, I'm going to give you a perfect example of what we call corbel arches. And we had buildings with perishable buildings at the top, right?
Okay.
This particular building, with the remains on the wall on the top, you can see that the wall went up more, which eventually had like a corbel arch. That's one of the reasons why most of the Mayan structures, when it comes to like the rooms, you don't see them very wide, you see them very narrow.
Yeah.
Because the corbel arch is set in a way that if you open it too wide, eventually the roof collapses, right? Now when it comes to the homes of the peasants, this was what a home of a peasant would have looked like. Small platform, perishable building on the top.
Okay.
That's the reason why we don't have a lot of evidence when it comes to like the homes of the peasants, right? Which would have not been located at the particular site in here, but more on the outskirts where they would do their farming.
Gotcha. Okay.
Now, when it comes to the status of the Maya, the way how they used to tell their status would have been about the elevation of their platform. So this right here, you can see the elevation of their platform. You can say it was of elite status. That's the reason why when you go up to the top, you see buildings on higher platforms.
Gotcha.
Now, the middle class or even the peasants, they would have had some small little platforms, right?
Okay.
Like what I showed you on the picture just now. Now, when it comes to mortuary ceremonies, I mean, for example, burials, we today, in our modern day, we use burials. The Mayas, they used to bury them inside their homes on the benches
Oh, wow.
or on the bottom of the steps. One, the Mayas believed that we consisted of a soul, a spirit, and the natural body, as what we do today.
Yeah.
Now, with the Mayan people, they believed that the soul was the one who went down into the underworld, went through the 9 trials, and eventually being deified, right? Now, the spirit, they wanted it to remain in the household. So if at some point they wanted to come and petition their ancestors, we would call them deified ancestors. They can come, and then their deified ancestors can petition on behalf of them with the gods.
Interesting.
You ain't going up the
At
steps.
the Hopper, we found a bench. Inside of it, they had a burial of a child, and they normally bury you with vessels, jadeite beads, different things that they believe that you might want to use are going to help you on your afterlife.
It's the
Pretty
afterlife.
much like the Egyptians, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yep. Yep. Very much.
Hopefully you get to see some spider monkeys, some howler monkeys. Wildlife is always unpredictable, right?
I'm sure.
Yeah, you'll hear the howler monkeys. They so loud.
Oh yeah, very small, vocalization very hard.
Yep.
Sometimes it's over territorial or mating, right?
Yeah, most monkeys out here are, well, I watch a lot of those videos as well. She knows. I love wildlife.
Now this that you're going up right here, the top part has cement, which is something modern. The bottom part to it is the remains of the Mayas left. It's the original staircase, right?
Okay.
The reason why they put the cement is just to preserve it. A lot of people walk on it, right? So this would have been one of the entrances over to the site also.
Gotcha.
Now if you come here, In Belize, we don't have poison ivy, we don't have poison oak, but we do have black poison wood.
Oh wow.
Tree
Okay.
that you see there, it's black poison wood.
Okay.
The allergic reaction, you can get swollen, you can get a small burn, but the antidote to it is the gumbolimbo. Once you get affected by that, you can peel the bark, put the resin, and it alleviates the process of it. And it's also called the tourist tree.
The tourist tree.
Yeah. And you guess why?
Yeah, everybody carving their names.
Now what happens if you go to the beach and you don't put on sunblock?
Oh, you get sunburn, so you can use this to.
It starts peeling off just the way
Yeah, I know.
Hannah
Oh
did
yeah,
it.
it does. I see.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That's
Okay.
the reason why I call it the
see,
tourist tree.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
If you're sunburned, you don't put on any sunblock, you start peeling off just like the tourist.
Got the royal rat.
Royal
Got the
Rat, we
royal
have the
rat
tourist
and
tree.
the tourist tree.
Who normally does the cooking?
She does. Well, we kind of split it though. I mean, it's just me and her sometimes. So it's like whoever get home first.
So, you're pretty familiar with the allspice, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is an allspice tree.
Okay.
You see, today we have a lot of youths doing modification in their bodies, piercings, tattoos. In the days of the Mayas, it wasn't different. Although their modification was totally different. The elite would have done jadeite beads, putting inlays in their teeth. Cranial modification to imitate the mice god. Now, this is a perfect example of the inlays.
Okay.
Notice
Wow.
little jades?
Mm-hmm.
Would have been a very painful process, right?
I can
I
imagine.
would think so.
Now, if you notice here, this is the allspice seed. You can either grind it, and you can use it to do escabeche. This is an onion soup. You notice it has a little allspice in it? You can use it for cooking also.
Okay.
Now the leaf itself was something that the Mayas used to chew on. Eventually that numbs your gum and makes the process more bearable.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
It's very different functions. For example, for us growing up as kids, we would use this particular tree, find a perfect little V shape. After you cut it, it's very strong. Attach some rubbers to it and you can do your slingshot.
Okay.
We used to use it for, yeah.
Yeah. Look, I grew up using or making slingshots too. Slingshots and nunchucks and.
Yeah, that's a very strong tree for that, and that and the guava. Yeah.
It's funny how they discovered using that numb the gums. Like how like the first time someone did it, like, oh, it's like how they discover stuff. Oh, it's amazing.
I mean, it's all trials, man.
Yeah, trial and error. Yeah,
You notice right here, we also have the mahogany tree.
yeah.
This is our national tree. This is depicted in our coat of arms when it comes to the flag also. When the British came to Belize, they accidentally crashed on our reef, settling up in the northern side of Belize, right? Eventually they started harvesting logwood, which they can extract like a purple dye and shipping it over to England. They started coming more into the territory, which was under Spanish rule at that time, harvesting mahogany. As you guys can know, mahogany is something that is used very widely when it comes to furniture. It's a beautiful wood, and it's very expensive too. Right now, it's our national tree. It's protected. You can get a permit to cut it. The tree normally takes approximately 80 years to fully mature.
Okay.
Now, this particular tree here contributed a lot to what is the economy of Belize at this particular moment.
Okay.
Yeah, so Boy, you get to see our national tree here, man.
Yeah.
Oh, guys, right
Huge
here,
tree.
welcome to Xunantunich.
Okay.
Xunantunich, maiden of the rock. Now, how did it get its name? Remember what I told you about the nocturnal paca? Whale rat?
Yeah.
A villager from the bottom, a hunter, came up to the site, which was completely covered at the time. He saw at the bottom of El Castillo, you can hear the magnificent structure there. At the base of El Castillo, he saw a lady in dazzling white with fiery eyes. He got very scared, left his gun there, went to look for the priests and some villagers. When they came up, you notice at the first platform, you see where the guy is at the blue shirt? They saw the lady disappear into the building.
Oh, wow.
After that, they had recent sightings, not recent right now, but after their times, they saw the sighting, and eventually that's how they call it Maiden of the Rock.
Okay.
Xunantunich.
Xunantunich.
Complicated word.
Yeah.
They call it the tongue twister.
Yeah.
Now, what I want to show you here is some interesting photos. This one that we're going to be walking right now is this.
Okay.
This before it was actually excavated, if you notice.
Oh, wow.
All
Yeah,
bushes,
yeah.
all bushes.
Mm-hmm.
Then we have this one here before everything was excavated. When we're going up,
Wow.
you see,
Yeah,
everything
yeah.
covered up.
Okay.
How long ago was those pictures? Do you know?
These
What year?
pictures here, the site was discovered in 1881. It
Okay.
was first reported by British Governor Sir Alfred Maloney.
Okay.
And then in 1894 to 95, a British medical doctor called Thomas Gans / archaeologist started excavating the site itself.
Okay.
Right? The way how he had an interesting way of excavating these particular sites. Can you guess how he did it?
No.
Started using dynamites.
Oh,
Dynamite?
okay.
Wow. Okay.
That's one way to do it.
Well, look, obviously the structure's held up.
No, we believe that it wasn't like large dynamites, right? It was
But
very
just-
Yeah,
small.
yeah, just enough to.
Enough to create
Yeah.
a pattern.
Yeah.
Yeah.
After the third drought, the mines were not happy that the third drought lasted longer than the first and second.
You can go around.
With that, they started revolting its rules, saying it was not powerful anymore. Eventually started leaving the site. But we don't know exactly what happened. Because there's no
And really, it's an anti-inflammatory component. This was loaded with dynamite, sorry. But archaeology research found 19 pieces of obsidian from the thick
If you notice here, we have three structures, right? This is what we call an Eastern Triadic Shrine. In the pre-classic period, the Mayans were using these buildings here to study the passage of the sun,
These are the shrine,
equinox,
shrine over here.
winter solstice, and the summer solstice. Now, in the classic period, they eventually started using it for mausoleums and burials. At this particular structure here, they found the remains of what is a male of elite status. It's not confirmed that it's an elite ruler, but an elite status, right? The interesting about it is they found the body, the tomb, covered with a fine dust called cinnabar. You guys familiar with cinnabar?
Cinnabar?
It's a red rock.
Okay.
It's this right here. There's rock, and turn to dust,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
Now, the Mayas believe that we had four cardinal points. We have the north, east, the west, and the south. And each particular, can you come over the side, guys, give them passage. Each particular cardinal point had a color. The one for the north,
Do you know
It's
my
white.
evidence? When
south,
block the
yellow.
entrance, and he's starting to charge the entrance fee.
West,
I mean, where?
black.
So we
Okay.
have some
And then we have
simple carving monuments named
red.
Stella,
The east,
but that's Thomas
Okay.
Gaston there. That's not ancient.
Well, the color red represents
The
rebirth.
icons are named for cow in Maya.
Mayas actually believe that when the sun sets in the west side, turns into a jaguar, going through the trials of the underworld, and eventually reverts as the sun once again.
True time they did. Because
Right?
they
Rebirth,
pure
Ariel, they believe that their ancestors will also revert like the sun.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay.
Pretty interesting.
Yeah, very interesting.
No question, guys.
The time of abandonment in the 9th century, 800 to 900 AD. There were a lot of factors that contributed to the abandonments of this site. One, for example, political uprise. Another one, outdoing their resources. Another thing is drought. When it comes to the fact about political uprise, these guys here, the rulers, they wanted to project that they were connected to the gods. They were skilled astronomers. They studied the passage of the sun, moon, stars, even Venus. So they can predict certain events that would happen. Eclipses, rainfall.
Yeah.
So the way how they actually went along and had sort of a control over their people, they already known when these events would have happened, so they will come and tell their people, you know what? Well, the gods communicated to me that it's going to rain. The gods communicated to me it's going to be an eclipse. So when the people gathered around for this event, they noticed it happened, so they would have deceived their people into believing that they were connected to the gods.
Yeah. Yeah.
Connected to the gods. But what happens when climate starts changing and you can't predict these events accurately anymore? Happens like today's day. We're paying our taxes, we're giving you our crops and everything, and we're not getting the answers. You're not predicting these things right anymore. People start opening up their eyes. Political uprise, it's happening today. We have strikes, all of that stuff, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
When it comes to the drought, that's when the activities start going on inside the caves. Sacrificial. They started sacrificing humans.
Oh, wow.
Started doing offerings.
Yeah.
That's why now in the caves you get to see large potteries, skeletal remains, because that was something that they started doing in order for them to petition the rain god Chak, which was in charge of bringing rain,
Okay.
flourish their crops,
Yeah.
so that they can have bountiful harvest, right? Now, when it comes to, for example, the abandonment of these sites, it wasn't abandoned overnight. So what happens? Some of the people still remain. Eventually, the maintenance of the building, they don't have the people to do it anymore. So they start secluding themselves into a private area. Now, this is where this wall comes. You notice this wall goes all the way there.
divided two plazas. This was 8 feet in height, connecting from one side to the other. On the other side, we have the balcony. And the balcony
They build smaller platforms here at the bottom. So this became their private plaza, right? Not anybody can go in here. This is where they did their offerings at the front and use this particular building as something that they can shift their focus from that building over to this as a smaller temple, something that they can manage.
Okay.
Yeah. You guys have any other questions? Any questions so far?
Nah, hey, you giving us a lot of good history.
Seguro? In Spanish, we would say seguro.
Seguro.
Sure.
Yeah.
Now another thing, guys, Mayas believe that we had 3 vertical levels, right? At the heavens, earth where we live, and then we have the underworld. Heavens was divided into 13 different layers. Earth where we live, and then we have the 9 layers to the underworld. Now if you guys notice, and this you find it at pretty much every site here in Belize, starting from this section, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 doorways.
Okay.
Once you step up to the top, you're entering a heavenly realm. That's what they tried to project to their people, that once you go to the top, once you go across this 13 level, you're entering a heavenly realm. So they were trying to project that they were abiding in heavenly places.
Oh, okay, okay.
Everything was done with a reason.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Remember the
Well,
remains of the Sakbe road that I told you? You can see the part of the limestone road there, see? It comes in from all the way to the bottom.
Okay.
Now a lot of people tend to ask me, why did the Mayas build their steps so steep? They had a purpose for that. Mayas, an average height of a Mayan would have been 5 feet 4 inches.
Okay.
We have evidence of them even being 6 feet. It all depends on the diet that they had, right?
Okay.
A healthier diet, the better bone structure.
Yeah.
Now, at this particular building here, not everyone was allowed to go up here.
Okay.
Just the elite people. And
You good, baby? Drew?
we can take our time going up. Okay? The military personnel would have protected the king, people who would serve him, the priests, and the rulers themselves. Now, these steps are very steep, but there was a purpose. Considering the size of Mayan, when they go up, they would have been going up,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
sort of in a worship.
Yeah, exactly. Okay.
Up to a heavenly place.
Oh,
So you'd
makes
have been
sense.
Given a
might have to
worship
go up
pose
like
at the
that.
same time, right?
Yeah.
Don't be afraid to worship right now.
Yeah, exactly. I got you, baby girl. All right.
At some point you guys need to take any pictures, let me know.
You let me know, baby
I'll
girl.
be your driver, guide, and photographer.
All right.
Now the staircase that we're going to be taking up right now, that's not the original staircase. The
Okay.
original staircase is this one right here. This is a drainage system to collect water. And in this section here we have rooms, which the elite military personnel would have been abiding along with the people that serve the king themselves, right? So you can say sort of living quarters or living room.
So is there a reason why they cut off those stairs? Is it like became a danger or
They
something?
just build this one right here to try to do it as natural as it looks.
Okay.
Just in order for us to preserve these ones here.
I got you. Makes sense.
We have some days that we call cruise ship days. Large amounts of people come to the site here for the day. Thank you. Sure, thank you. No problem. Yeah, cruise ship days. A lot of people come to the site here. Eventually, much more traffic, much more deterioration of the building, right? These are the part from Mexico. Mexico doesn't allow anybody to go up in their temples anymore. Belize is very unique when it comes to that. And you can still climb the structures. This is like Amanai is the only temple that we're not allowed to climb anymore because of the same fact that it's close to Belize City and that's a popular destination for the cruise ship people. So the building,
it's coming.
exactly.
Okay.
We're gonna find a lot around this side too.
Oh, there you go, baby.
Oh yeah, yeah. I love iguanas.
It's a black spiny iguana. Those are not the kind that they eat. That's a scavenger.
Oh, that's a scavenger.
Yeah, a scavenger. Defensive mechanism, they use a tail to whip you.
Oh yeah.
Although it can fall off, but it regenerates.
Oh,
These guys here normally live like in the caverns, for example. Here. Notice here. Right here, you got another one going into the cavern here too, see?
Oh, okay, yeah.
Maybe that's what we got no issue. Going in the under.
Start off by setting agricultural products on wooden altars for him so that he could bring rain to nourish their fields. Always he could provide bounty to crops. Whoever my friend, the ultimate
That rain that is a frame of a snake. There is on this part here, way above, there is a tail of the snake, representing the Kukulkan or the God of the universe. In Mexico we call it the Quetzalcoatl. We have a man over there with a man.
Try to get the little shade a little bit, right?
In the Mayan time, they believed that the world was
Disappear behind the skies.
Wow.
The Maya people are very smart people, but not so smart, right?
Yeah.
So, this right here we consider them windbreakers.
Okay.
At some point you're up here, just coming in, you need something to break off the wind,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Especially at this
Ferry
height.
town. Remember the little village that we crossed when we were ferrying?
Yeah.
That's that village there.
Okay.
See the building all the way to the back where you can see part of the mountain clan?
Yeah.
That's the Belizean border.
Okay.
Town
So
here?
that's Guatemala beyond that?
Yeah, over on that side.
Oh, on
That
the right
town
side.
that you see
Okay.
there, that's Guatemala already.
Okay.
You
Okay.
notice we don't have like physical borders,
Yeah.
so it leaves a lot of room for contraband, people entering legally, and they come and loot in our archaeological sites. So we
That's why
have,
y'all need Trump to build y'all
hey guys,
border.
hey guys,
Build y'all
that's not
border.
allowed. Yeah, that's not allowed to be climbing up at the top.
There's a sign
Yeah, no climbing.
Even I saw it.
I was say it wasn't one of mine, was it?
No, it was.
Yeah, you have to take care of the sites. Man.
You're
Yeah.
telling me.
If you notice, all of this at some point, they had different structures, right? There is a particular over in that area. There are some excavations that are being done at the moment.
Okay.
Now, when it comes to you seeing this right now, this is just basically the forest taking over. In the days of the Mayas, you would have seen a lot of homes that the peasants farm fields. One of the reasons that they had a large amount of deforestation is because once you're cooking the limestone, it takes a lot of heat. A lot of heat takes a lot of wood, a lot of you need fire. Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly. Would have been mass deforestation. Seen all smaller structures around these particular sites. We can go to the front. Gotta be careful there though.
Yeah.
Be
Yeah.
careful there.
Yeah. I figure I'd come back. Plus, they taking pictures over there too. So.
There you go.
Yeah, it's amazing.
White road that you're seeing there, that's actually Guatemala already.
Oh, that's Guatemala too. Okay, that's close.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, very close. Man.
Yeah.
Very close. There's actually one person that lives like close to a place called Bullet Tree by Pastor Falls.
Mhm.
He has his yard and he charges people to cross their vehicle in his yard and you can go right into Guatemala.
Oh, wow.
He has his own little immigration
Yeah, I was
program.
about to say his little toll. Yeah.
Wow.
Hey, I don't blame him.
See the two antennas all the way to the car?
Mhm.
All the way, follow the white road.
Yeah,
See
yeah.
that leads to two antennas?
Yeah.
The little mount right beside it, that's where the Cajalpech Mayan site is.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
It's pretty close. To the west, 13 kilometers that way, we have a site called Naranjo. 30 kilometers south, that's actually where Caracol is. The reason why I'm mentioning this is once we visit a tomb that is over there, you're going to find two stone slabs that originally came from Caracol when Naranjo attacked Caracol and defeated Caracol in 680 AD. Reasons why they brought these two stone slabs here It's because it is believed that Naranjo and Xunantunich had an alliance in the defeat of Caracol.
Oh, okay.
Once you see the size of the slabs, you're gonna wonder how they brought it here.
Okay.
And that was not the only one.
Yeah.
They had up, I think it's, if I'm correct, the number is 10 more of those stone slabs went all the way over to Naranjo.
Oh, wow.
I have pictures of it. We're gonna save that for when we get
Okay.
down.
Okay.
right?
All right.
You guys like a picture here?
Yeah.
Stand up right there and I can take it this way, okay?
Okay. Hold on. Let me.
You don't find them. So what does this tell us? They had influence from the Yucatan. These are columns that you find out in the Yucatan area.
Oh, okay.
Makes a lot of sense though. Mayas, they did trading. So people from other sites would have been past buyers. At some point, if you notice, even the young youths today, let's say, for example, I'm already from the Caribbean. I go to Jamaica and I speak Creole. I might be coming a yeah man or what's up, man.
Yeah.
Pick up a little slang.
Ragwan.
Even, yeah, wagwan, yeah. I'm not saying that's what the Mayas do. Yeah, but you pick up different things, right?
Yeah.
For example, at Caracol, we have images of Tlaloc, which was a rain god from the Aztecs. They have different, for example, at Caracol, there's the only place that they found evidence of cremation happening.
Oh wow.
That's from a site in Teotihuacan.
Okay.
So you see the influences that
Yeah.
they had from other sites, right?
Mhm.
Like I mentioned, it makes a lot of sense because they did trading. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's how, things, cultural things passed around, through trade.
Exactly. Now, if you notice, guys, we have a partial part of this frieze. The two masks on the side, you see, two of them has X's on their eyes.
Mm-hmm.
They represent the sun god, Kinich Ahau. Goes by different names, Kitsamna. Goes by the idol god. He was a supreme god. The reason why they call him the idol god is because it's believed that after he did creation, he had nothing else to do. That's the reason they call him the idol god. Now, the largest jade that they found in Belize at the site of Altunha. Let's see if you guys can see. This is a jade head.
Okay.
9.75 pounds of jade.
Wow.
Represent this deity, Kinichahao, the sun god. He also depicts the jaguar. Remember what I told you about the sun converting itself into the jaguar, going to the underworld, and then eventually being rebirthed as the sun?
Mm-hmm.
That's the mask that you see on the side, depicting the jaguar.
Okay.
See the little snout on the side, the little whiskers, see the ear flares on the side.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Now on the other side, they're depicting him sort of like in human form, right? X on the side, and he has fiery flame coming out of his headdress. Ahau.
Kanichahau.
That's why when you go to Caracol, the rulers' names, Tek Kaab Chak, they have Kaan II, they have Yahaute Kinich.
Those some words.
Yeah.
Told you that's my favorite site.
It'll make us come back to Belize.
Sure will. Sure will. I'm already thinking we'll come down for like a 4-day weekend and stay in Belize City.
Or just stay as well.
They have different stuff that you find there. For example, I just entice you a little bit more right now.
Entice on, entice on.
They have like stelas. This is something that you find at Caracol,
Okay.
depicting a ruler, not a how.
Wow.
It's a complete stela.
Wow.
Mm.
You find that at Caracol. The steps you're going down right now, guys, also not original. This was created in order for us to manage the traffic flow of people. Imagine having only one access point to the site, a lot of people would be crushed.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we built it in a way that you can just move yourself around, giving people the free pass coming.
Gotcha.
Here is what ends up coming down, okay? Might be the fastest way of getting down, but not the pleasant way of getting down. I don't think we're in such a hurry, right?
No. We on your time, sir.
Gana su tiempo, ¿no? Gana su tiempo.
Hay que hacer el ejercicio.
¿Oh, sí? Claro que sí.
Hey,
Buenos
pretty
días.
good.
Buenos días.
Pretty good.
Ya estuvo, ¿verdad?
¿Ah?
Ya
Ey,
estuvo.
vamos terminando.
Todo bueno.
There's a lady taking a picture there the other day. She didn't notice a big iguana here, right? We start pointing it out, that lady got a crazy reaction. Like, remember guys what I told you about things being built generationally?
Yeah.
This particular structure here gives a perfect example of that. When archaeologists start excavating a site, they compare it to an onion.
Okay.
See onions, you start peeling it, take off one layer, take off another layer. You notice here, this particular structure was built in 4 different phases. This is one of the reasons they left it exposed this way. But if
What's
we
up
go
with it?
to the front, we're gonna, what's that?
She didn't notice it at first.
notice it?
She started walking. Oh man, that's so pretty.
See the reason why you see them a lot is because they don't eat that one.
That's not
Yeah, that
bamboo
was the
chicken.
green one. I don't think it would have been
Yeah.
so common, right? Yeah, here at the front you're gonna get a pretty much better idea
Okay.
what I was saying.
Yeah, that's a lot of limestone in there.
What's that?
I said it looks like a lot of limestone.
Oh yeah. Like I mentioned, this was built in 4 construction phases, right? If you notice, at the very bottom we have the smallest platform. At the middle we have the second one. Then we have this, which is the third one. And then the fourth one, which has been the last and final phase, right?
Mm-hmm.
When we came here for our educational trip with the tour guides, we were able to go in. If you notice, that's recently sealed up.
Yeah.
You can go inside and explore different little angles, right?
Oh yeah, I see. Okay.
Now, this particular structure here, they found a remains between the second and the third phase of a male person, which was believed to be an elite jeweler of this site here.
Oh.
Somebody who dealt with the jewelry of the ruler.
Okay.
One of the reasons is because they found a whole lot of eccentric flints, jadeite beads, obsidian blades, something that these guys would have used. It makes sense to bury him with that
his-
because that was what he was working on and eventually would have helped him in this.
Yeah.
Next one.
Right? Exactly, yeah.
Wow.
Now you guys get the idea. Very small.
Mm-hmm.
Compare it once again. Village, town, city. You say like a state. Just
Yeah.
just to elaborate, right?
Gotcha.
Not saying that's the way it happened, but
Yeah, yeah,
but-
yeah.
so you can get an idea. go over on that side. I'm gonna show you the larger wall.
Okay.
Now, one thing that we see in Caracol is that there's a stela called Stela 22. That most of the hieroglyphic writings there mention his mother. So when he came into power, you can see he tries to put his mother on a pedestal.
Oh, okay.
Being the second wife, tried to put his mother on a pedestal. He waged 3 major wars.
Oh wow.
626 AD, 627 AD, he made 2 major wars to Naranjo. All 3 of them are to Naranjo, but 3 of them were major wars, right?
Okay.
Now, in 680 AD, as a revenge, Naranjo goes and attacks Caracol. Eventually does not find the ruler there anymore. They bring trophies, which was the stone slabs.
Oh, okay.
Now the remaining of the stone slabs, let's see if I can find it here. These were the remaining of the stone slabs that they took all the way to Naranjo. Now there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There was a total of 12 of them, 10 or 12 of them. I'm not quite sure about that. I need to get back to you.
Okay.
But these hieroglyphic writings here, Kaan II commissioned them and speaks about the war that he had against Naranjo. Sort of saying, you know what, I defeated you.
Yeah.
Not knowing that the warriors, when they went to 680 AD, they did not, it seems like they didn't know how to read, so the trophies that they brought actually bragged about them being defeated. So when they took it all the way to Naranjo, the ruler is like, what did you do? I mean, this is speaking about David defeating us, and you brought me trophies. So, I mean, the way how they found this, archaeologists found it, they found it scrambled up. So
Yeah. Gotcha.
So these 2 were left behind. Archaeologists believe it's because Xunantunich had an alliance with Naranjo when it came to the defeat of Caracol.
Yeah. Yeah. That's something.
Pretty funny, right?
Yeah, that is funny. Yeah.
See why it's very important to learn how to read?
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's like, why did you?
If you guys want, you guys can go up to the steps. You can see how the tomb looks, okay?
Okay. Yeah, we'll wait until then.
So it's a one-way ticket. Once you do that, it's guaranteed you're gonna be. That will be the trip. Biggie. All right. Almost done. Are you the beginning?
No, yeah, that's my last one.
Bring on the leaf.
This is what they used to do to the child, flatten their skull in a way that they can still form it, right? It was something very illegal.
The head was too big. They want kind of smaller.
It was a mice god. He was believed to have elongated skull. But if you bring the guy from History Channel right now, he would have got all the way to Ancient Aliens right now. I think you know which guy I'm talking about.
Yeah.
This modification that they did was actually just because they felt that they wanted to imitate the mice god.
Okay.
Mice believed in two major creations. One, they made it out of mud. They know that it was lobby for the worship. They destroyed it. The other two, out of sticks. Once again, couldn't incline, couldn't speak. Was sent to fire and destroyed. The ones that escaped are the spider monkeys that we see now. The third one was the corn which sprouted at the very entrance of Xibalba. And that's how we were created. That's why the corn was very secret for them also. That's something that they used a lot. So trying to imitate the mice god when it came to elongated skulls was something, a practice done between the elites and the rulers also, right?
Yeah.
Different civilizations might have had different type of reasons why they did it. But for the Mayas, it was definitely imitating the mice god. If you notice, we call this the shifting palace. 13 doorways also. Once you go in, heavenly place. Now, why do we call it the shifting palace? When Naranjo defeated Caracal, it's true, Xunantunich had an alliance with them, but this site became, or it came under the dominion of Naranjo. So archaeologists believe that when Naranjo took over, the rulers from that particular building there came to live here. And the rulers from Naranjo came to there. So that's the reason why we call it the shifting palace. Now, that victory was not lived for very long, because in 744 AD, Tikal defeated Naranjo, relieving Xunantunich of the dominion of Naranjo.
Okay.
So, elite family members lived here, and the elites could have went back to their structure. Exactly. As you notice here,
You're like
we
a
have
courtyard almost.
same rooms. Elite military personnel, the people who would have lived and served the elite. Living quarters, very bottom. They believe that at some point this particular structure had friezes, just like the ones up there, the little murals.
Oh, okay.
One thing you're going to see very common is structures not excavated. One, due to the fact that it has trees growing on it.
Yeah.
Sometimes the roots, they penetrate very deep in it, and removing the tree will damage the structure, so the archaeologists prefer to leave it the way it is.
Yeah, understood.
But this would have just been the private plaza where they would have.
Yeah, that's
met
what I
and
was,
congregated.
that's what I was thinking. It looked like a courtyard, you know. And you said like these were like where people lived. These.
This was the entrance doorway. These were the places.
Oh, okay, got you. That was okay. That's something. Very tight quarters.
Well, guys, this is the very last part of Xunantunich here.
Okay. Well, very, very interesting. Learned a lot more than I knew already. Yeah, absolutely. You want your water, baby? Yeah. Okay.
Oh man, that water feels nice. Mayas were pretty amazing people.
No, I haven't drank it. I'm not really thirsty though. Yeah, how my wife of 33 years talked to me, called me Mr. PP man.
Oh my God.
I tell you, you gotta love them though, huh? Okay. Yeah, this is wonderful. Glad we got the opportunity to come check it out, and thank you for giving us the tour and
No problem, guys.
all the history and everything else. You want to take another picture, or you good? Okay.
Sun,
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I got plenty of video plus pictures. And,
Mostly of Miguel.
yeah, most of you and her.
it's always
Yeah, yeah.
sitting there on both sides. Now, immediately you go in, the bank,
I just watch the stuff going down here, okay, guys?
who would be in here? How much is in there?
Time for that rice and beans, man.
Yeah, you're right. And I'm sure once we get back to the hotel, she'll be looking at how many steps we got in today.
So far I have 4,865, man.
Oh, we're probably right there with you then. Unless you had some
I think
before,
I-
way
I think
before,
I might
yeah.
have started a
Yeah,
little
you
bit.
started.
4,365.
Okay.
4,365.
I have like about 300 more here. No, about 400, something like that.
Your legs a little longer than mine.
Which means I must have a lot less than some.
Alright guys, so right now we're going to be heading over to the parking lot area. You're more than welcome to use the restroom again.
Okay.
The